it's Jamie from Home Ec Express, and in this video today we're going to talk all about the perfect pumpkin. It is that time of year where we have our pumpkins for carving jack-o'-lanterns and Thanksgiving and Christmas pies, but did you know that pumpkins, also known as winter squash, are one of the most perfectly balanced, nutrient-dense vegetables out there in the world, and we love them. Of course, they're perfect until we add tons of cream and sugar to it, but that's a whole other episode. So pumpkins come in dozens and dozens of varieties. As you can see here, I think this one's called a knucklehead, and we have all kinds of different pumpkins. There's blue, pink, orange, green pumpkins out there, even ghost white pumpkins, and they're so fun. Jack-o'-lantern pumpkins are actually not good for eating, and so those are grown differently for the sake of carving, but the rest of them all have different and unique flavors to them. But before we get into how to cook a pumpkin, let's talk about some of the awesome nutritional benefits of pumpkin. Pumpkin has at least 7 grams of fiber, which is more than you get in 2 slices of whole wheat bread. And we know that we need fiber for our heart health. Pumpkin is loaded with a huge supply of beta carotene, which is where the color comes from in pumpkins and carrots. And beta carotene is converted in the body into vitamin A, which is essential for our eye health and helps with our retina to absorb and process light. 1 cup of pumpkin has over 200% of your daily need of vitamin A. Pumpkin is also chock full of lutein and zeaxanthin, which are 2 antioxidants that are found to prevent cataracts and possibly slow the process of, or the development of, macular degeneration. A huge amount of vitamin A also helps your immune system. Isn't it great that they're available in winter when colds are around? Helps your immune system effectively fight infections, viruses, and infectious disease. Pumpkin oil fights bacterial and fungal infections. Pumpkin also has at least 20% of your daily need of vitamin C. It helps protect your skin from UV rays and keeps you looking younger. You can actually use cooked pumpkin and create face masks from that and other pantry items so that you can keep your skin looking fabulous. The beta carotene is also a cancer fighter, specifically prostate cancer and lung cancer. Eating pumpkin seeds unsalted have been found to lower our blood pressure, and pumpkin has been found to reduce blood glucose levels, improve glucose tolerance, and increase the amount of insulin that the body produces. But of course, always be aware of adding lots of sugar to pumpkin desserts and things like that. And of course, more research is being done on the benefits of pumpkin directly for diabetics. So that's great news to keep us healthy. And back in the day, we actually, when we had livestock, we would feed all of our pumpkin guts and extra pumpkins to pigs, goats, and cows. And it is a most perfectly balanced meal for them. So we're gonna take a quick pause and we're gonna go ahead and set up and cook a pumpkin. Okay, friends, so to cook down a pumpkin, because we don't ever want to waste our winter squash. They can sit on your porch if you live in a cool area for months and months, or in cold storage in a pantry or in a cellar, but you do want to be able to cook them down, and then you can can it, freeze it, whatever you want to do with it. Of course, make pumpkin pie or baby food, which of course my granddaughter will get to benefit from, just like her mommy did when she was a baby. So all you have to do is get a little scrub brush, wash your pumpkins, get all the dirt off, and make sure that you break the stems off, because you do not want the stems to start smoking in the oven. And then last but not least, take a really good kitchen knife, quite carefully. You're gonna kind of feel a little bit like an axe murderer, but you know what? We have to get the job done. So we're gonna put some vent holes inside of our pumpkin here. I've already done this one. And this is really to allow the steam to be able to circulate better. And you pop it in the oven, you could do about 350. It's gonna take a good hour and a half when you can stick a fork in it, for lack of better words. And then you'll be able to pull out your pumpkins. They're gonna wanna fall apart a little bit because there's so much moisture and steam, and that's good. So we're gonna pop these in the oven, set the timer for an hour and a half, and check how they're doing. So we'll see you soon. Okay, you guys, so our pumpkins are out of the oven, and after they got manageable, I went ahead and just cut them in half open and let some of the steam out in order for it to cool off. And as you can see, in this one varietal, it was actually separating itself from the skin. So what I'm gonna do next is that I'm gonna separate the membranes and the seeds and the skin, and then we'll put that in one bowl. If you want pumpkin seeds, this is definitely how you harvest them. And then I'll put the edible part of the pumpkin in another bowl that can be pureed. Okay friends, so we have, from our pumpkin, we have 1 pound of pumpkin puree in a medium-sized pot, and we are going to add some seasonings to this. We're going to add some of my favorite cinnamon. It's called Kerinci cinnamon. It comes from Sumatra in Indonesia. So it's very, 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 very rich. It's not like some of that cheap grocery store cinnamon that you have to put like double the amount to get good flavor out of it. So we're also gonna add to this half a teaspoon of sea salt. And then what I've been working on over here is fresh nutmeg. If you guys have not seen nutmeg before, I'm using a microplane grater. It's kind of an unusual little nut. And then I always love grating these because they look like brains on the inside. And so we're gonna put my freshly ground nutmeg right into the pot. All right, we're gonna stir this around. We're gonna get this pumpkin back up to temperature, about medium high on your burner. Okay, so we are simmering away in our pumpkin and seasonings in here. So I'm gonna slowly incorporate a cup of half and half. And if you don't have half and half, but you might have some cream and whole milk, go ahead and just blend those two together. And we're going to just pour that in and then let it incorporate, come to a very gentle boil. We don't want to do like a huge boil on this and curdle our dairy product, but we're gonna blend this together. Oh, look at that. Can you smell this, Elizabeth?
It's beautiful.
It's like
so nice.
I know, it's such a beautiful, like, matches my shirt, you guys.
Odie's gonna like that.
Oh yeah, of course she is. All right, we're gonna just let this thicken in just a moment here. We're gonna see it do a little of its cooking magic. Dairy, especially cream, is a great way to thicken sauces. Like if you're making caramel, you want to do a cream over half and half or milk in order to get it very, very thick. So, all right. It's going to start popping here in just a moment, and we're going to move this over to the counter to finish it. Okay, so we have our hot pumpkin mixture here, and in this bowl I have 2 whole eggs plus 1 egg yolk, and we're going to whisk this together and add brown sugar to this, which is kind of a different ingredient from a lot of pumpkin pie recipes. I think everyone's used to the one recipe that has evaporated milk and sugar or sweetened condensed milk. So we are doing brown sugar, gives it a definite richness to it, and it's gonna give it a deeper color. If I only had light brown sugar in my pantry, if you have dark brown sugar, it's just gonna create a darker pie, and that's okay. Now, because we have eggs in here, we are not gonna dump the hot pumpkin mixture in. Instead, we're gonna do a technique called tempering. So we're gonna take the hot mixture, whisk the egg mixture, and just start drizzling this in. And what tempering the egg yolks is doing is it's warming up the egg yolks without the eggs turning into scrambled eggs in your pie, because that would be very, 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 very unpleasant. So we're just gonna get this up to the same temperature, nice equilibrium there. There we go. I see like one little piece of brown sugar hiding there. And then we're gonna go ahead and do more. You can see the steam coming off of the pumpkin. I don't know if we have smell-o-vision today, but oh, it smells delicious. What is today that we're filming? December 1st?
Yes.
So it's perfect for a day like today. Okay, and now that we're getting this up to the right temperature, we can add more. Okay, there we go. So we're just gonna slowly incorporate into this beautiful concoction here that just smells like the fall day that it's been, and the sun has gone down so early today. But the kitchen smells like heaven. Okay, so we're gonna get the rest of that pumpkin in here. And what I've done is prepared a pie shell already ahead of time. And we do have on our YouTube channel that I know that you're gonna like, share, and subscribe, which is just At Home Ec Express. We have a video on our YouTube page all about how to make pie crust. It's so easy, just a few ingredients. And of course, we only use butter. So I have used today a stoneware pie pan, homemade all butter crust. And we're just gonna pour our pumpkin mixture in here. Ooh, and it's a deep dish pie, so I don't think we're gonna have any extra pie filling. It's gonna take it all. And so you're gonna preheat your oven at 350 degrees. Pop this on a baking sheet. I like to put my pies with something underneath. And then we're gonna just bake this in the oven for about 45-50 minutes till it's set and it's not jiggling like Jell-O or anything like that. And then let it cool a few hours before you cut into it. Okay, so pumpkin pie is done. We've let it cool off a little bit since it got pulled from the oven, and it's beautiful, it's golden, and we're gonna do something a little bit different for our birthday girl this year. Instead of just the traditional whipped cream on the pie, we're gonna make it into a brulee pumpkin pie. So we're gonna sprinkle brown sugar all over the top of the pie. So if you've ever had creme brulee, which is a beautiful, delicious custard dessert, it has sugar on top and then it's torched. And it creates kind of like this little crust, and it's so delicious. Oh, I just wanna lick my fingers. Okay, so I have this little kitchen torch. It's made out of, you use butane to heat it. I can do this. I just about had it, Elizabeth.
Odie's fascinated.
Well, I'm sure once we have a flame in the kitchen. Oh, don't tell me we're gonna be out of butane. There we go. Now we're just gonna torch our brown sugar. Let it cook down here. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Is this cool, Elizabeth?
Yeah, I mean.
Do you think you'd eat this?
I mean, yeah. I've just never seen brulee with brown sugar.
I've seen it with like regular white sugar. I've seen it with raw sugar. The chunky kind, the turbinado sugar. So this is kind of like our little treat. I think I'm running out of butane. So you just kind of go over. You want to keep it moving though. You don't want to like light a section of the pie on fire. Because we don't like firefighters coming because of baking incidents. Sound familiar? One time we overloaded the oven with too many pies.
Too much butter.
With too much butter. And kind of started a little fire in our kitchen once and smoked the house out, and they had to bring the special exhaust. I'm like, I think we need a little bit of help, but please don't turn the lights and sirens on for the neighbors to know what happened. And they came and they blew the house out, and so we gave them a pie. And they said it was really good. We didn't lose any pies. It was fantastic. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh. Oh, big chunk right there. Love this. Okay, so if you guys love this and you want to learn more cooking and life skill techniques, make sure you go to homeecexpress.com, subscribe to our email list, and follow us on Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook. But also, friends, follow us, like, and subscribe on YouTube as well. So I hope that you feel inspired, ready to use those pumpkins, and have a wonderful fall season.